Welcome to the Infinite Life Podcast. I'm your host, Katische Haberfield. This podcast is a journey of discovery as we learn how the soul evolves over various incarnations to understand all about the complexities of being a human being who has to bravely navigate viewing life as a non-dualistic struggle between good and evil through consciousness-raising experiences that test our valor.
Hello, my name is Julie. I'm introducing the first session of my 3-session series, The Healer's Path, that I did with Katische earlier this year. And the first session was the age regression. Just a quick introduction. I came to Katische partly because I am on a healing path. A lot of it is self-healing. I'm healing a lot of issues that I have with my family of origin. I'm working on that, and that's a lifelong thing. And that's always at the core of some of this work that I do in hypnosis and other places. But I'm also trained as a hypnosis person, a hypnotherapist, although in New York State I'm not allowed legally to call myself a therapist without a master's in social work, which I do not have. Although I'm an RN and so I am a clinical person, I don't use hypnosis in my clinical work. I'm currently working in endoscopy, so I do use soothing talk to help people who are uncomfortable, but no official hypnosis, of course. I occasionally do some sessions with people, and I love it. I love doing hypnosis. I love helping people. I love seeing where they go, basically. I see myself as a guide, and I love that work, and I would like to do more of that, but I still feel there's some kind of block of some sort. I don't know what it is, and that's why I came to Katische. I also grow flowers as a part-time business, very small scale flower farm, and I love doing that too. So I have these 3 parts of my life that I'm always seeking to figure out the balance of, I guess, as well as doing my own inner work and trying to heal some serious issues with my family. Yeah, so this first session was very, very pragmatic, as all of Katische's sessions are. There were some goals, some intentions that were set, which is always a good idea. The intention was to identify a time when I saw myself as a healer for the first time, a time when I healed myself for the first time, identify some blocks, what might be blocking me as in my healing path from this lifetime, issues from this lifetime, and also identifying some spiritual strengths. So all those things happened. And through that work, I identified a few key things, one of which was a lot of stuff is really heart-centered. The heart is a really important thing, at least for me. It makes sense it is for everybody. And it's not rocket science to say that the heart is at the key of healing, but that symbology of the heart came through loud and clear in this session for me. Did a little visiting some inner child stuff, which is super powerful and important part of my healing journey, as well as some higher self. Saw my higher self for the first time in that time when I helped myself. So that was nice because that is a big part of the healing journey that I'm on, is working with my higher self. It's a very clear, identifiable feeling that comes over me. That's what I consider my higher self, this wiser, higher, more open, knowing, just a better version of myself, really, but separate somehow. Anyway, those were the kind of the goals of the session. I think they were accomplished. One thing that I will say, the session surprised me a little bit in that there were no big revelations as far as blocks. There was no big trauma that was hiding under the surface or that I had repressed. The places that I went almost seem really minor. These little things, these little scenes. At first, a little fight with my brother, and then dropping a rock on my toe. Little things that I think the key to those are that they establish some limiting beliefs. Those were times when these limiting beliefs about myself really started to form, and those are the blocks. The limiting beliefs are the blocks. Hypnosis is really good at helping us uncover those. The limiting beliefs are I'm clumsy, I need to hide, I'm no good, I'm careless, incompetent. All those things tied together and form this net that catches me. And then the other thing that was cool in this session was there was a spirit releasement. So there's a certain part of me that's, even though I do this and I've done this for people, that's skeptical about it still, and feels while I'm in the chair as the person having the spirit released, thinks, come on, really? Is this real? Am I making this up? This is weird. But you just have to go with it. And as Katische pointed out, it doesn't matter whether it's really or not. That's not the point. The point, and I do believe that it could be real. I'm not saying it's not, but the point is that it provides this healing. And you need to suspend your disbelief, suspend your judgment, and just go with it. So if you're ever doing hypnosis, don't second guess it. Don't wonder, am I making this up? Just believe, trust yourself, trust what you're being shown by your guides or whoever is there helping you. There's a reason you're seeing this stuff. There's a reason you're feeling the things you're feeling. Um, it's all for your own growth. So you have to just go with it. So I had the spirit releasement, and it makes a lot of sense given where I was at that time in my life, physically, mentally, emotionally. I was in a very low place. So it was a perfect storm for a spirit attachment that brought in some anger and loneliness. And I must say that since doing this several months ago and releasing the spirit, which was in itself an amazing process, really beautiful and moving, it has I felt much better. I feel a lot less anger. It has made a big difference. And I don't think it's because I wanted it to. I don't think it's a placebo effect at all. And Katish was really, she shines at that. She's so good at that. As you probably know if you're following her podcast, she treats these attachments as people or beings or souls, whatever you want to call it, worthy of respect, worthy of at least politeness and courtesy. And she's not afraid to be tough with them either, but she knows she talks to them. And it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool to see that and to be a part of that process. She did a good job with this, with helping this guy go and helping me help this guy go. Anyway, I hope you enjoy the session.
Start going down the staircase. Imagine or feel your feet stepping down now, going down deeper, down with each step, deeper down with every breath. 10, 9, 8, 7. Slow down, deepen. 6. Your subconscious. 5. Doesn't mind. 4. Getting to the bottom. 3. Ready to step in. 2. Your white room with 1. Now, be there. To the bottom of the stairs now, reach out to open the door and find a white room with a comfortable chair. Make it how you like it as you go inside and settle back into the comfortable chair. Imagine in front of you there is a cinema screen with a relaxing scene like a beach, a lake, garden, or a favorite place in nature. Just focus on the instructions and let your inner experience flow so you can act as a witness, simply watching your stream of consciousness, whatever you think is the right thing. And in a moment, you can recall or imagine a time in your past when you felt good in or around water. It could be any moment from months, years, or decades ago. It could be a swim in an ocean, river, or lake, or even on a recent or childhood holiday. It could even be a shower or bath a few days ago. One specific moment, a memory of being in or around water come up now. Choose one and let that one be the right one. Bring it into focus. And I wonder, is that place outdoors in nature or indoors in a home?
Outdoors.
Outdoors? Okay, great. And I want you to put either your finger or two into the water and let me know, is the water warm or cool?
Cooler side.
Okay. So I want you to imagine that you can step into the water and into the scene. All I'm asking you to do is to look around and see what you saw in that moment in time and listen to what you heard. I want you to zoom in and focus the feeling of the water on your skin. Notice the feeling within. Is it a freedom like to be engulfed and floating on the ocean? Or is it a cleansing like a shower?
Standing knee deep in a lake.
Knee deep in a lake? And how does it
Yeah,
make you feel?
yeah. Gives me energy.
Gives you energy? Energizes you?
Yeah,
Beautiful. Beautiful. And notice how you experience the recall. Is it like a photograph or a movie?
like I'm standing in it, so it's live action.
Live action? Beautiful. Okay, now notice how you can choose to move the scene forward in your own mind and go deeper into the water and the feeling of energy. And all I want you to do is to imagine you can let this sensation of energy and feeling great soak and saturate through you. Blue or translucent, warm or refreshing, cleansing and healing. And I want you to continue to find ways you can recall and live that feeling of energy more vividly in ways best for you. And while you do that, we can observe what may be implied in this moment at a deeper level because we think of ourselves as solid, yet the human body is really 60% water. We think of this as planet Earth, yet the surface is really 70% ocean. We think of ourselves as our conscious mind, yet our subconscious mind is really the majority. Now you can tune into the subconscious realities of your being. You can experience mental relaxation at a subconscious level, and you can access long term memory stored in your subconscious mind. In a moment, you can recall or imagine a moment early in your childhood with one of your first friends. You may not have thought about this person for some time, but now you can recall a first or early childhood friend. Let that one specific moment with one specific friend come up now. Choose just one friend and one moment. Let that be the right moment and the right friend. And bring the scene into focus. Step into it. Is your friend a boy or a girl?
A girl.
Girl, okay. And in this moment in time, how old are you?
Around 10.
10? Okay, so
Yeah, 10.
I want you to step fully into the scene and look around to see what you saw and listen to hear what you heard in this moment. And importantly, I want you to notice the feeling within. What are you two doing together?
I'm sitting at the creek with our toes in the water.
Okay, lovely. And I want you to focus in on her face and notice how she smiles. I want you to hear her voice and her laughter again. And I want you to feel the sense of connection and friendship between you. Let this childlike energy or laughing, joyful or playful friendliness soak and saturate through you. Your subconscious mind can remind you of old friends and positive inner resources. Now you are connecting with your own subconscious, and your subconscious mind can be a good friend to you. You can set an intention. You can repeat in your mind, I ask my subconscious mind to help me access events from this life that can help me as a healer. So in your mind, I ask my subconscious mind to help me access moments that can help me as a healer. You have the inner resources you need as a healer. Your subconscious mind can give you examples of these abilities from times in your past. Search through your personal history for a time and place in the past, a specific moment in this life of reconnecting with healing abilities, an early or first time of awakening as a healer or recognizing a talent as a healer. This may be like a spiritual experience that would lead you to a healing. It could be a moment of inner knowing or an inner healing with yourself, or a moment of helping, healing, or being inspired to heal others, or motivation or confidence. This is a resourceful state you can reconnect with. I will count from 3 down to 0. At 0, you'll be able to recall or imagine any moment of awakening to or recognizing a talent or calling as a healer. Drifting back with 3 to a moment of awakening or recognizing healing abilities, back to a moment with 2, focusing, hearing, feeling with 1, ready to step into the scene and feel the feeling with 0, now be there. First impression in that moment, are you inside or outside?
Inside.
Inside? And what time of day is it?
Afternoon, I think.
Afternoon, lovely. And whereabouts are you?
I'm in the nursing home,
Okay,
recreation room of a nursing home.
all right. And what's happening in the scene? Tell me about it.
Well, with an old lady who's blind.
Mhm.
Her name's Blanche or something like Blanche.
Mhm.
Reading to her.
You're reading to her? Lovely.
Yeah.
Beautiful. And what I want you to do is I want you to take a look at her face, and I want you to see how she sees you in that moment. Even though she can't see you because she's blind, you can feel the energy as though she could see you, and you can understand how she feels towards you as you are reading to her. What's the understanding that you have between the two of you at this moment?
Feels tenderness toward me and gratitude when
Hmm.
I'm taking the time to care for her.
And if she could say something to you right now that she would have liked to have said in that moment, what would she say?
Thank you.
Beautiful. And at that moment in time, did you realize how much of an impact that moment made on her?
I think I knew she was happy to be read to, but no, I didn't realize.
Okay, so I just want you to soak in the feeling of appreciation, tenderness, and gratitude that you're receiving from her for that simple act of taking the time to care for her. So reconnect for the shift in feelings you created in them. Reconnect with the gratitude she felt for you. And reconnect with the feeling of recognition that you have inside yourself that you have healing abilities. Because the simple act of self care for somebody else is actually healing for them. It doesn't have to be magical, massive healing abilities. Tenderness and care provides somebody else with emotional healing. I want you to play it forward. And how can you reconnect now with a time that you helped yourself with self healing? And moving forward to another moment in time, I want you to step into a scene where you now can remember a moment where you helped yourself with self healing. And let me know what is coming to the front of your mind now.
But for some reason, I remember in a tent camping.
Hmm.
I don't know exactly where, what I'm, I don't feel like I'm doing anything particularly healing, but that's what came to mind.
Okay. So I just want you to focus in on that moment and take a look around and see what you saw, hear what you heard, and I want you to really focus on the feeling that you have inside about camping, about this tent, and about this moment in time. What can you now see or know or recognize about this situation?
That
Recognize,
helped.
sorry?
That did help. Just
Mm-hmm.
that instruction. I know where it is. It's Montana. I'm in high school.
Mm-hmm.
And I was really scared. I was alone in that term.
Mm-hmm.
And
And what happened? How can you remember how you shifted the feelings for yourself from scared to not scared?
it's like there was a wiser part of me that was talking to the scared part of me.
Okay.
And
And what did this wiser part of you say to you?
it's just rationalizing that I was safe, just getting analytical, also compassionate. I like to show this compassion towards my scared self. Almost like an older me, younger me
Mm-hmm.
or something.
Beautiful. So I want you to reconnect with a sense of accomplishment that you have from simply allowing your inner wise self to soothe yourself. I want you to reconnect with the feeling and the knowing that you can access your inner wise self at any time, in any situation, no matter what's going on. And I want you to recognize and realize that because you can do this, you are never, ever alone. Just as small acts of compassion can heal others, small acts of compassion can heal yourself in any moment at any time. And recognize that this is significant because self healing is significant. So now I want you to allow your inner wise self to show you in either words, pictures, feelings, or symbols, anything that comes to your mind, the type of talent or potential you have as a healer. Don't censor it. Allow any image, thought, feeling, or word, no matter how small, no matter how silly, to come forth. Could be a color or a shape,
Some wavy lines.
wavy lines, okay.
Mm,
And do those wavy lines have a particular color or form? Are they
color. Symbol. It's a symbol of connecting. Wavy lines representing some form of communication.
mm-hmm.
I think it's heart level. It's seems to be heart level. That's my intuition.
Okay, heart level, wavy lines symbolizing connecting communication. Beautiful. And I just want you to lock in those wavy lines. And simply, anytime that in the future you need to reassure yourself, all you need to do is bring forward that image of those wavy lines, reminding you of your potential and power as a healer to communicate and connect. So you have now recognized and reconnected with a realization and the feeling of awakening and recognizing a talent and a calling as a healer. I want you to let this feeling fill your whole being. Now, this feeling can move into the background, yet this inspiration, motivation, and confidence can come back to your conscious mind more often and have your back as we go through the issues that come with being a healer. Now, we can go back to a causative event that seems to be having a negative effect on your journey to become a healer or on your healer's path. It can be a specific moment in this life that is months, years, or decades ago. If you're ever uncomfortable with an experience, simply float above it and watch it from a distance. This moment could relate to an initiation into a healing or a healing crisis that is often part of the healer's path, but may have been difficult to manage at the time or difficult to integrate into daily life later, affecting your ability to set an intent and a dedication to progress further down the healer's path. So allow any memory to arise relating to initiation, integration, or intent. With 3, returning to a significant time, back to a causative event related to being a healer, so that one specific moment come up and into focus now. In that moment, are you inside or outside?
Inside.
Right. Okay. Now, what I want you to tell me is how old you are.
8, maybe
8, was it?
8. Yeah, something
8.
there.
Okay. And what's happening in this moment?
Some kind of confrontation with my brother.
Confrontation with your brother?
Yeah,
And what I want you to do is focus on this. And is this part of an initiation or a healing crisis requiring you to heal yourself? Or is
not
this a
sure.
okay, so what I mean by that is this situation with your brother, is this going to be something that makes you retreat and you have to go inside and check on your higher wise self to help you overcome this confrontation? Or is it a situation that creates a block and and reduces your confidence in yourself, creating a limiting belief?
The latter.
Okay. All right. In your mind, I want you to focus on the words that your mind is saying to you whilst this conflict is going on. What are the thoughts that you're thinking while this confrontation is happening?
Ew, my heart is hurting. My throats hurt.
Your
Eh,
heart is hurting?
That
Yeah.
yeah, that I hate him. I'm angry. I'm
Mm-hmm.
stupid. All those things mixed together.
Okay. And I want you to notice your body language. And what are the emotions that you feel? So hatred, anger, anything else?
It's just caving in.
That your heart is caving in? Okay.
Yeah, there's that feeling. Physical emotions are just with hate, really.
Self-hatred? Okay. Okay, so what I want you to do is take a deep breath in and exhale out some of that emotion. And keep taking a deep breath in and exhaling the emotions. And as we breathe in, these emotions can take you deeper into this moment or to another earlier scene that is at the core of your issue as a healer. So breathing in the anger, the self-hatred, the hatred. Is it taking you deeper into this confrontation scene or is it taking you to a whole different scene?
Got to a new scene.
Okay, what's happening in the new scene?
It's the way to say this. I dropped a rock on my foot.
You dropped a rock on your foot.
Big rock.
Okay. And did the rock break or did you break your toe or what happened?
And no, the rock was too big to break. I just
Okay.
really hurt my toe.
Okay.
I just popped into a new scene now where I hurt my stomach on a bike. That just supplanted the other one.
Okay. So just keep going with the scenes that's showing you where you have hurt yourself. What I want you to do is to realize in each of these scenes, is there a common thought that you're having or a common feeling?
Common thought is that I have to hide this, get
I
in
have to hide
trouble.
this. Okay.
I'm
Yeah.
going to get in trouble.
Okay. And how does that make you feel? What's the emotion?
There's some shame. There's some
Shame?
fear.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's fear
And
that I'll get caught back.
okay. And I want you to dig down deeper into this. And what I want you to do is that you can realize what is driving this behavior about self keeping to self hurt and harm and have this shame and fear about being caught. What's the root of this? What's the real cause of this repetitive action where you hurt yourself?
So clumsy.
Clumsy?
I'm clumsy and careless.
Okay. And is this something that you're telling yourself or somebody else is telling you?
Like I'm telling myself.
Okay. And can you go back to the very first time that you felt clumsy and careless? It may seem incredibly trivial.
On that rock, I was about 4. I
Mm-hmm.
went back to work on my school.
Okay. All right. Now I want you to bring your inner wise adult into this scene now. And this can give you calm and clarity to review all of these scenes that we've just seen. And what we want to do is to see the you of all these times, line them up in a row like they are little girls all lining up in a row. And I want you to do this. I want you to one by one bring the little girls towards you and give them a hug. I
Another one
want
just
you,
popped in.
okay, all right, bring her in as
Okay.
well. Yep. Bring all the little children that are you, put them in a queue. We've got as long as you like. Each and every time that you felt clumsy and careless and hurt yourself, tell them that it's time now to have a hug. And as you give each child the hug, I want you to say something nice to them. Give them a kiss if you want to, and ask them to release the balloon that they're holding. You'll see they've got a balloon with a silver thread. Want them to let go of that balloon, and then they can step back inside you. And as they step into you, you're reintegrating that child from that moment in time. So go through one at a time, giving them a hug and a kiss, telling each and every child that you care, or whatever words you have in your own mind that are reassuring. Get them to see the little balloon that they're holding onto. Ask them to let go of that balloon and to step inside you. If any of them have hesitation, you can give them an extended hug or extended words of reassurance because you need them to reintegrate. And if there are any hiding in the shadows, like they don't want you to acknowledge them, that they're not sure if it's okay or safe for them to step into the queue, find some way to assure them that it's their time, even if it's a treat, or play some music for them, give them a teddy bear, whatever it is for each of the little children to step into the queue, take their place, to have a hug, to release a balloon, and step back into you. While you're doing that, you can remind your younger selves that it's okay to have challenging events and emotions. Sometimes so called negative or painful moments can be what we need to grow as a healer. With these sessions, you are on a journey to develop on the healer's path. In the next few sessions, when we explore other lifetimes, we will see repeating and mirroring patterns between this and other lifetimes. It's great to find any emotion now to get to the deepest cause of any blocks. And as those balloons release, you may see words written on them, which represent excess, inappropriate, or outdated emotions connected to the old events and interactions from this life. And as those balloons release and go up into the air, they will integrate with the air and pop, and those excess emotions and outdated beliefs will dissolve into the air. And let me know when you reach the end of your line and all of the children have jumped back in.
Right. I'm there. They're LM.
Okay. And so now that they are integrating, what are the feelings that you had lost that are now integrated back in?
This cheerfulness, this energy,
Hmm.
vibrancy,
Beautiful.
excitement,
Hmm.
fun.
Beautiful. So take one more deep breath in, hold it, exhale, and feel yourself releasing any further outdated emotions and thoughts, and inhaling any positive resources. And in the next week between now and our next session, I want you to see what arises naturally and spontaneously in your daily life, something that each of these child may want to do as a fun activity so that you can bring forward and manifest into your life cheerfulness, energy, vibrancy, excitement, and fun. These can be very simple things, from having an ice cream to a cup of tea, skipping, collecting rocks, painting rocks, whatever may come to you. They don't have to have any cost associated with them at all. But just realize that as you get these thoughts that pop into your head in your daily life for the next week, these are little messages from your inner children who would like to have a fun activity with you. So don't censor yourself and just allow yourself to enjoy them as they arrive and arise. And now I just want to take a moment to do a couple of things that will help you meet your spirit guides, that will help you on your healer's path as well. So, one of the things that we wish to do now is that we wish to understand your spiritual strength. So, a key reality of your being is your spiritual strength, your sovereignty, and your authority over your body, mind, and spirit. Your subconscious mind can remind you of your specific times you felt spiritual strength in this life, like a feeling of deep peace or faith, a thought realizing the non dual or ultimately loving and compassionate nature of the universe, a time of connection with implicit confidence in your ability to flow with universal truth. This is a resourceful state you can reconnect with. It could be a directly spiritual moment of realization like deep peace, or it could be an indirectly spiritual moment like a surge of unshakable, unselfish resolve to stand up for justice. I'm going to count from 3 down to 0, and at 0, you'll recall or imagine a moment of spiritual strength, like a deep peace, a righteous energy, or an authoritative clarity. Drifting back with 3 to a moment of spiritual strength with 2, focusing 1, ready to step into that moment and feel the feeling with 0, now be there. First impression in that moment, are you inside or outside?
Outside. Excuse me,
Outside.
outside.
Okay.
Yeah.
And time of day?
Like
Night. Okay. Whereabouts are you and what's happening?
sitting on a huge boulder at the side of a river with my
Hmm.
twin sister.
All right. Now, what we're going to focus on is you, not your twin sister. Okay. And what I want you to do is visualize, imagine, hear, feel, or know in any way that's right for you. And what we want you to come forward with is an inner knowing about your spiritual strength. What does spiritual strength mean for you? Sorry, say that again.
In that moment.
In that moment. Yep. In that moment.
Yeah. It has to do with the river, the flow, the strength of the river, fluidity of it, how it's always changing. So
Hmm.
it's letting
Beautiful.
the energy flow through me. It was really strong, powerful
Great.
feeling.
Beautiful. Okay. All right. Now, what I want you to do now is choose an image, the first one that comes to your mind, that is going to be able to symbolize the spiritual strength. And maybe it is waves or the river. So I want you to choose an image, and then if it has a color, what would the color be?
It's white.
White? Okay. Now I
Hmm.
want you to find where in your body you feel spiritual strength. What part of your body is illuminating itself now?
Heart again.
Your heart. Beautiful. Okay. So what I want you to do is to take that symbol and embed it in your heart. So you can take it with you, and anytime you need to bring forward spiritual strength, all you need to do is close your eyes and connect with the image and your heart. And just lock that feeling in. Okay, and now I want you, seeing we're beside the river, I want you to just move forward and find an imaginary bench or hammock or tree or somewhere different that's not next to your twin sister to sit. But even just sit on the ground if you want. And I just want you to sit there. And we're going to invite your spirit guides to come closer. Just going to do this one at a time. And what I'm going to do is to ask them to begin to make their energy, one at a time, become closer and closer so you can begin to feel it. So I want you to let me know whereabouts, left or right or above you, you feel some energy coming in. You may even see it.
Left.
Sorry,
It's left. It's
left?
my left.
Okay. And how does it feel?
It sounds strange, but it feels red, orange,
Red, orange? Okay.
warm. Hmm.
Warm? Okay. And so I want you to hold out your left hand and imagine that you could hold the hand of this energy. Just imagine if I can, and let me know how does it feel.
It's really warm.
Really warm. Okay. Beautiful. Now, if this energy could take shape as a form, what would it look like?
I feel like it's a person.
Person? Okay.
And
And we'll just say thank you to this spirit guide for coming today. And spirit guides, do you have some kind of a name or representation, a sound of speech that we can use to represent who you are today, please?
it's funny. I got you like Ankh. A
Unk?
starts with an A. It's Ankh.
Okay, that's fine. That's beautiful.
Ankh.
Now, spirit guides don't care how you pronounce their names or how the name is spelt to you. Whatever comes out of your mouth when you communicate is perfect for them, okay? So, what I want you to do is to look at your new spirit guide and ask them how long they've been with you. Whatever comes out is correct.
I heard many days.
Many days.
The sound.
Okay.
Many days.
Okay, beautiful. And which particular part of your life does Ankh look after and help you with?
The health.
Your health. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, you may not be aware of him and have not known when. Sorry, is it a he or a she, or not an androgynous energy?
Somewhat he.
Yep,
Somewhat androgynous, but more he.
more a he. Yep. Okay. So
Yeah.
I'm just going to refer to him just as a matter of speech. Could you ask him to show you now how he can bring your awareness to when he's nearby? Or maybe even get him to show you a scene in your mind when he was near and helping you, but you had no idea.
Getting a feeling. The warmth. And
And
somehow the image of the sun. I don't.
the sun? Okay. Yep.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Okay. And when you get this feeling of warmth, like warmth from the sun, do you feel it somewhere on your body?
Yeah. On my
Okay.
left side and right here and in my heart.
Okay,
Literally
beautiful.
like my physical heart, not my chakra.
Yep. All right, beautiful. Okay, and is there anything that your guide wishes to let you know today that's of importance?
Seeing like an image of or message to stand tall, to be strong, to feels like martial arts, which I don't do.
Mhm.
There's a feeling of Tai Chi or something like that in there.
Okay.
Do that or what?
All right. Now, I just want, if he is in agreement, if he could just do a little bit of a body scan for you where the red and orange light can scan over any places in your body where stuck emotion or thought is ready to be released today.
Yeah. It's like my jaw, my throat.
Your jaw and your throat. Okay. And if your jaw and throat, sometimes these body parts that have got stuck emotions can actually say the words that we may have said in the past, or words that other people may have said to us, or maybe actually other energy that we have picked up. What would the jaw and your throat like to say to you today?
This really sounds weird. To suck it up.
Suck
My
it.
sister used to
Okay.
say, suck it up.
Okay.
It's like, it does feel like an unpleasant energy, like it's not real nice. Demeaning.
All right. And are you able and ready and willing to release that suck it up energy?
Yeah.
Sure. So you can just either you'll visually see it just fly out, or you might need to create a tool to remove it, or you may see a string and you just need to cut it.
Yeah. Shaking it. It's turning harder. It's waking up.
Okay. All right. So sometimes it
I just want to
masks.
brush it off.
Yeah. Just keep going because sometimes there can be something behind it as well, a second layer or a third layer. So imagine you've got a torch light with the color of the light from your spirit guide that you can just investigate to see if there's anything else at a deeper layer behind that spot.
It's like snails, like there's snails going in. Good.
Can you pull those nails out?
Yeah. It doesn't.
Anything else that you can see in that? And particularly we're looking for emotions, thoughts, words, feelings.
Emotions. There's a lot of anger. It's a lot of anger.
Hmm. And is it your anger or somebody else's anger?
Feels for it. Wasn't feel like me.
Doesn't feel like you? Okay.
It
Um,
didn't feel like mine. No.
Okay, all right. So let's focus in on this anger because if it's not yours, we want to release it. Is it the anger of somebody that you know?
No.
No. Okay. All right. So if this anger could say something, what would it say? Anything that you hear is correct, even if it does seem absurd.
The first thing I heard was "You're no good."
You're no good. Okay. And this anger, does it feel like it comes from a person, a boy or a girl, or a
It
adult?
feels male.
Feels
It's an adult male. Mhm.
okay. And if I could just address this person, what's your name, sweetheart? Any thought that you have, no matter how crazy it's fine.
I heard the word Rankin.
Rankin?
Yeah.
Okay, and Rankin, how old are you?
6.
Did you say 36 or 26?
36. 36.
36. 36. Okay.
And
And Rankin, how did you meet Julie?
a bar.
In a bar. Okay. And what was happening in this bar at the time? What was Julie doing that made you feel like you could hang out with her?
Oh, oh my God. She was clueless. It was that night. Since
Sorry, you have to speak a little louder.
I'm getting it. Got it.
Yes. No, you're right.
It's about one particular night. When I
Okay.
say that, I got a chill. Just a big old chill.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was drunk. Me, Julie,
Yep.
was drunk.
Okay. And sometimes when we're drunk, we just let down our boundaries and our energies. Rankin, what made you think that it was okay for you to attach to Julie?
He was clueless. Totally clueless.
Okay. All right. And Rankin, what I want you to do, darling, is I want you to let me know what year it is for you today.
It's 90.
1990? Okay. All right. So what happened to you in 1990? What's your last memory, darling?
A boat. There's a boat.
Boat.
There's a boat.
And what are you doing? What happens with this boat?
Flipped over.
The boat flipped over?
The boat flipped over.
Okay. And you were in the boat, were you?
Yeah.
And you drowned? Okay. I'm really sorry to hear that, Rankin. So what happened was that it's 2023 today. So it's been a long time since you died, isn't it? Would have been very confusing for you. Did you realize that you had died?
Yeah,
Yeah, okay. Darling, what made you not go to the light?
even that.
You don't believe in that?
Even it.
Okay,
No,
all right. All right. Are you afraid of something or you just simply you don't believe in the afterlife?
it's right. I don't believe in it.
Okay. All right. I can understand that. There's lots of people that don't believe that. But because you don't believe in that, you've been stuck in this kind of no man's land, haven't you?
Eh, I guess.
It's a bit weird being energy without a body, isn't it?
Yeah, like Voldemort.
That's right. It's a bit like Voldemort. Yeah, it is like Voldemort. Good one. And what's really interesting is there's nothing to do, is there? So that's why you've got to find a person to attach to, right?
Yeah,
And it can be pretty
yeah,
creepy, can't it? If you're by yourself just floating around as a spirit, there's some pretty interesting energy out there, isn't there?
yeah. I don't remember much.
You don't remember much.
It's
Okay.
good. No,
So, sweetheart, when you were on this boat, were you married? Did you have a partner? What was your life like?
it was pretty lonely.
You were pretty lonely. I'm sorry to hear that.
Yep. Rough. It was rough.
It was rough. Yeah. Did you have any friends or family members that you spoke with or lived with?
It was like a sister.
Sister?
Yeah, a sister. A younger sister, I think.
Okay. All right. So, sweetheart, what happens is when you died, and if you don't go to the light, even if you don't believe it, so just hear me out for a minute here. The process of going to the light means that your soul can heal, and it also means that your sister can heal. When you don't cross over to the light, your sister retains eternal grief until you do. So it means that she's held back from enjoying her life because she has grief in her heart. You don't want that to happen to her, do you, darling?
No.
No. See, we don't get taught these things, so it comes as a shock and a surprise. So I'm sorry to let you know that. But what I'd like to do today is to bring you healing and to bring her healing by showing you how simple it is to go to the light. And what's going to happen, darling, is that I'll I can either take you back to your last moment and show you the light that you missed, or I can bring in some angels, even though you don't believe them, or a rainbow bridge. And what's going to happen is that when you transition across the light, you'll gain clarity into your life. You'll understand what happened to you and why. You'll receive healing, and then there are some very special people waiting for you. And importantly for Julie, it means that she gets her energy back, she gets her body back, and she can heal the space where you have been. Have you been directing her thoughts or her actions at all?
Sometimes.
Sometimes?
Yeah,
Okay. How
there was a lot of anger.
anger, yeah. Okay. And do you have anything to say to her now about that?
Some help.
So can you say sorry to her?
Yeah, sorry.
Okay. And Julie, can you forgive him?
Yes.
Okay. All right, sweetheart, I'm going to, what would you like to see? A bridge, an angel, or would you like to see how the light comes to you at the moment that you die? What's the most important thing for you?
The light.
The light. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you back to your last moments, and you're going to see the light this time, okay? Without feeling the fear, without feeling worried, because you've already died. You can't die twice, okay? So simply go back to that moment in the boat, feel the boat flip over, be in the water, and at that moment, I want you to look upwards, and you'll see like a bright light or a torch light or a candle light or a flashlight. What can you see? Sorry?
It's just bright. It's yellow.
Right, bright yellow. Okay, so stare into that light. Stare into that light. And there is somebody there who's going to reach out their hand to you. Can you see?
No, not yet.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. So what's going to happen is you're going to start to feel lighter and lighter. The light is going to warm you up. And you just need to trust me, darling, okay? Because I've done this for a lot of people. So you have to place some faith in me. And in the light, maybe you can see an escalator or a lift or some way of going up. Can you see something appear right now that's going to help you go up?
Yeah, there's an
Yeah.
escalator.
Escalator. Okay, perfect. So just stand. All you need to do, mate, is stand on the escalator and it's going to go up. Okay, it's going to go up into the clouds. You don't have to worry. You don't have to do anything. You'll feel lighter and lighter and brighter. And when the escalator gets to the very top, there's somebody that has been waiting for you that you just need to reach out and hug. So let me know when you see the person at the very top.
I see someone with black hair, but I don't recognize it.
That's all right. They may be from another lifetime, sweetheart. So just say hello and see what they have to say to you.
You just said you're here.
You're here. All right. So that's
The girl.
the girl. She's been waiting for you. So grab her hand and everything will be explained. In that moment, you'll know who she is. And you'll feel a sense of loving and wholeness and understanding and compassion. And you can simply wave goodbye and say goodbye to us. And I promise you, she will take care of you. Nothing to be afraid of. No judgment, just love.
It's right. Does feel right.
Okay, so step in. There's nothing to be afraid of.
Getting warm.
You're okay. You're going to be looked after now.
Oh my God.
You're okay. Everything is going to be okay from now on. Everything is going to be wonderful. Just let go.
He's going.
Okay.
Going.
Perfect. Perfect, Julie. Okay, perfect. Okay, so what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to call in the healing spirits of light. Okay? And the healing spirits of light we call in to ask them to heal the spaces left by Rankin. We ask the healing spirits of light to heal any after effects of this attachment, including healing any residues of thought or feeling. Okay, so I ask them to clean and to seal the area where Rankin was. And what I want you to do, Julie, is I just want you to accept this healing.
Okay.
And you can assist the healing spirits of light by simply visualizing them sending light to the areas of body that need it most throughout your whole body. So imagine, visualize, or feel a white or golden light with a healing, loving, wise energy flowing down from the top of your head, down to your face and to your jaw, over your neck and throat, down to your shoulders, back and core, filling you with a healing, peaceful energy. Let it flow down your spine, through your chest, spreading deeper with every heartbeat and breath, all the way down to your legs and your feet. We call upon the healing spirits of light to do the sealing light exercise. Feel those clean spaces with a golden white light that surrounds the whole body in a healing cocoon of light. Find a central point of light within you, and let this light grow from this central point within you and expand so it surrounds you and fills every cell of your body. Let this aura of light remain strong for the coming minutes and days as Julie recovers and prepares fully to integrate this experience. Julie, as you visualize, hear, or feel the light healing your body, you can also focus your attention on healing the emotions from the story of Rankin. Recall how your wiser self can see things with calm, clarity, and wisdom, and feel the energies of acceptance, forgiveness, and loving kindness. And you can understand in this moment any actions that you contributed towards the attachment yourself. You can see the moment in time when in your mind you can alter it if you wish, so that you are not as vulnerable. However, when you look back at this attachment, you can see it from a high non-dualistic perspective from now on. Perhaps there are no good or bad experiences, just experiences that help us learn and grow a soul. A being that gives us a hard time gives us the opportunity to rise above the challenge, so tough experiences can eventually be a blessing in disguise. You've had the courage to set appropriate boundaries and not be influenced by external entities now. You have the confidence and clarity, you know your spiritual strengths, to set your intention to follow your own inner light. You've now shown at a high level that you can rise above the frequencies of fear, anger, and deception to choose wisdom, forgiveness, and compassion. You have decided to rise above any heady energies and chosen peace. Imagine all the ways powerful freedom you attained in this session can benefit you in the future. You can feel great about all you've learnt and done. Congratulations. And now I just want to take the opportunity to thank your spirit guide, the one that we met today, and all those that have been there but we have not spoken to, and assure them that we will introduce the rest of them to you in another session. We invite them to give you healing energies as you go to sleep tonight and over the coming days. And Julie, you will remember to play the guided imagery of light therapy that I will send to you after this session. You have done amazing. For the next few days, reduce your work and exercise, increase your sleep and relaxation. We thank everybody for coming today, and I'll count you back up at 5, Julie, and at 5 you'll be able to come back fully into the moment, feeling good. Coming up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Eyes open, feeling good.
Wow.
You okay?
Yeah. Yeah, fine. Blown away, really. Wasn't expecting that.
It can be a surprise. So, that was a huge session, okay? Really important that when you get up, you just be very gentle with yourself, okay? Have something grounding or warm to eat and drink lots of water for the next 24 hours. And please realize that when a spirit attaches to us, we may feel grief, okay? Inexplicable grief, okay? So what's happening is that your body is now adjusting to reintegrating to being you, not you plus Rankin, okay?
Mhm.
So allow yourself to cry or release any emotion that you need to. Know that there's only wisdom to gain for this. Don't shame and blame yourself. Had many attachments myself. I knew that there was attachment today because I could feel it. They come and they represent themselves here. So I know in advance that there's going to
Oh,
be be the situation. So over the next few sessions, what we will do is we will check and continue to check your body for other attachments, because anybody else that's hanging out is blocking your healer's path. So it's quite common that we see that the blocks are not only mental blocks, past life blocks, but also spiritual blocks. So know that your bravery in signing up for this session means that we can address those that are spiritually obvious. And sometimes you've just got to get rid of those attachments first to be able to dig deep into the others. So what you may find, and we may find in the next session, is if there are any other attachments, they come from past lives. That will interweave. Nothing wrong with you. You didn't do it. Just be wiser with alcohol consumption, because it does reduce our barriers. It does open us for attachments. And just be really careful with yourself. Take good care of yourself. And I will send you some files to listen to. Just listen to the cleansing every day until I see you next. Okay?
Okay. Yeah.
Do you have any questions before we go?
I can't think of anything right now.
Yeah, that's all right. Just be very careful with yourself, and I'll see you in our next session.
Okay.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Take very good care. Bye-bye.
Thanks. Bye.